Hey Kings, what's poppin'? It's me, James of Regret, and God help me, this Crapgamer video we're about to see is one of the worst from him by far. This video was so stupid that it actually made Crapgamer unlist the godforsaken thing from his channel. Now, at first glance, I brushed this video off, but after leaving my computer on overnight and hitting refresh the next day, I noticed that the video was marked as unlisted. Being the nosy shitstain that I am, I can't help but investigate the video to see what's up. What I found was absolutely the biggest and most pathetic reach I've seen from this man so far, and that's saying something. And to the crap gamer himself, on the off chance that you're watching this, I was genuinely rooting for you, my guy. For real, after you caught the coof, I had hoped you'd take some time to self-reflect and realize that you were on the road to self-destruction. But no, even after all that, you lashed out against the people who rightfully pointed out your flaws. You solely are responsible for all the shit that you've been taking. Roll the video.
If you're a PlayStation fan, how excited are you for the future and the immediate future of the console? I mean, if you think about it, right away from the start, you've got a plethora of games to play exclusively and, of course, third party. You had games like Astrobot, which came with the game system. You got Demon's Souls Remake, which, scored extremely well in meta.
That game sold like shit, though. What does that say about what the people want? What is it with Sony ponies and their obsession with Metacritic scores? It's an arbitrary number given by random people on the internet.
You got Spider-Man Miles Morales, you got Sackboy.
Miles Morales is a DLC expansion chock full of padding to artificially extend playtime, being sold as a full-price game. Ponies will give shit to Halo Infinite for selling its campaign for $60 separately, but will eat up a 6-hour DLC being sold as a full-price game without any single critical thought.
You got, even though it's not a great game, you got Destruction All-Stars. You also ended up with Returnal, which is one of the Game of the Year runners.
Which had optimization and crashing issues, which is funny since you'd think that if you only released on one platform, you wouldn't have said optimization and crashing issues.
Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart.
A 10-hour game being sold at AAA price.
You're getting Deathloop, which is a year-timed exclusive.
Is also available on PC.
Kenna Bridge of Spirits. Next year looks like it's going to be even better year. God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Gran Turismo 7, Forspoken, the Uncharted 4 and the DLC remastered.
Is also on PC.
And plus we might get factions, we might get, there's no real end to kind of the excitement of what we're going to get. And obviously a lot of people are very excited about what the future holds for PlayStation.
If the future of PlayStation is more anti-consumer practices, increased pricing for shorter games, and paid upgrades which are otherwise free on other platforms, then I'll pass. Seriously, I don't get how Sony ponies can justify paying extra dollars for stuff that they get for free on other platforms. Optional HD texture packs on PC don't cost extra. You can get a cross-gen upgrade on first-party Xbox games free of charge as well. I seriously don't understand why Sony ponies are so hyped about all that paid director's cut upgrade bullshit.
People have been asking for one of those events for a very long time now, and now that we actually get it, everybody seems very happy and very kind of, excited about what the future brings. So like I said, the immediate future is something that looks extremely amazing. Now, when it comes to what we're going to be able to see from PlayStation, like in the beyond, I think that's going to be a little bit of a different story. Hopefully, we're able to see, something, again, maybe like the PSX or whatever is actually a legit thing.
For the love of God, please get to the point. You said there was big PlayStation news that somehow made the Xbots mad at Microsoft. It's over 2 minutes now and you still haven't gotten to the point. But who am I kidding? He's gotta hit that 10-minute mark or else the repo man will raid his house and take away his shit. Fucking loser.
And, we end up getting something along those lines of even more announcements, and I think that's going to be important going forward because everybody wants to play video games. Everybody wants great console games for their platform, and again, we have some good news from Sony themselves here, and I want to get into this because they may be kind of snuck right past us, and I think a lot of people are going to really enjoy it. What's up, everybody? It's me, Crapgamer, with Crapgamer Reviews, back with another video.
It took 2 minutes and 20 seconds of pointless rambling for him to finally get to his intro. Truly the sign of a high-quality YouTuber who would never waste your time.
Thank you so much for checking it out. I really do appreciate it. Please like, share, and subscribe. All I ask is a simple like. You know what I mean? I absolutely cannot stress that enough. It helps out the channel. Please do. And, you guys are absolutely amazing.
You hear that, Kings? Crapgamer thinks we're amazing.
I know things are rebuilding or whatever and can look bleak at times, but I really would appreciate it. So thank you guys very much. You guys have been completely amazing. You guys have been absolutely amazing people. So one of the fun things that Sony did was a PlayStation Has No Limits, Play Has No Limits trailer.
So this trailer is supposed to somehow cause Xbox to turn against their overlords at Microsoft? I doubt it, but let's see where he goes with this.
Which actually included a lot of references to some games that haven't announced yet, which blowing people's minds, which is exactly what Sony does. So, I want to get into this really quickly. In case you didn't know it, Sony held a PlayStation Showcase last week, and not only did loads of game announcements get announced that we didn't know about, but we also got a live-action Play Has No Limits commercial, and it looks like the commercial was full of Easter eggs and references to games, and fans have found some pretty good stuff, which include references for games like Sly Cooper, Resident Evil 4, and even more.
That's it? That's what you're claiming to be absolutely wrecking Microsoft right now? A bunch of Easter eggs and old PlayStation games? I would ask if you were fucking retarded, but I think we all know what the answer to that question is.
Now, if you haven't seen that chess match themed trailer that kicked off the showcase, I'm going to link it in the description below. You fine folks can peruse it at your own leisure and let me know what you think, because I think you guys are going to be impressed. Now, somebody has compiled a reference to all the Easter eggs spotted by various people in one thread, and here they are. So basically, you have the infamous karma signals via some screenshots as well. You have a Tekken thing as well, which is going to be tracked as well.
Tekken isn't even a Sony game. It's multi-plat.
You also have Dragon Quest slime. And you also have Castlevania characters from the early games as well.
Castlevania is also multi-plat.
You also have a Sonic ring, which is something that I think makes a lot of sense.
Makes sense. How? They're just banking in on the no-lifer crowd who obsesses over this kind of shit. In what specific context or meaning does the Sonic ring make sense? Besides, Sega is arguably closer to Microsoft these days than they are to Sony, considering Sega's gone and load 2 separate studios to work on Microsoft titles, and are making a concerted effort to release as many of their games on Xbox and on Game Pass.
You also have some very interesting things regarding Pac-Man. You also have some interesting stuff with a Sly Cooper logo.
A dead franchise that hasn't been active since the PS3 era.
Which I think is pretty obvious. I mean, they've been teasing this for a little while now. You also have Final Fantasy VII Remake as well, Resident Evil 4 logos, Helldivers, and some more other stuff as well, Dragon Quest, various other things, Alan Wake, Bright Falls, Neon Sign, Crash Bandicoot Wampa Fruit sticker, which, again, of course, right? You also have Deathloop, Candy Bar, Silent Hill Radio. There's many things in this that probably, you might have missed, but it's definitely worth checking out. Now, is everything showcase going to be something that definitely comes out and, you get to kind of watch it and check it out? I doubt it.
So remind me again how this trailer was supposed to be turning the Xbox fans against Microsoft?
But at the same time, it is exciting to see that, they're bringing that nostalgia factor and they're letting people know, hey, this is something that's pretty cool. We love gaming. We love nostalgia. It's great. And I think that that's really cool that they were able to kind of accomplish that and to pull that off because...
Ooh, remember these games that you liked? Do you remember it? We do. Now pay us $70 for a 6-hour game and subscribe to PS Plus.
Do you see how stupid this shit is? Because I do.
Gamers are very nostalgic by, circumstance. They all love being, kind of out there and talk about like the old days and stuff like that. Because if you think about it, the old days is when we got probably some of our best games. So, that really shouldn't come as much of a surprise to people that that's kind of the case, like if you really kind of wonder about it, gamers in general have been talking about this for a while. I've said it for a very long time, and that's the fact that I feel like in terms of like, especially with Xbox, that the past, like the 360 was the best day and age of Xbox gaming. It was just, it's so incredible, especially compared to now where you go, a couple years without an exclusive.
Gears Tactics, Grounded, and MS Flight Simulator literally came out in 2020 and 2021. What are you smoking?
But speaking of good news, we also have some good news confirmed by a voice actor in Marvel Spider-Man 2. A lot of people looking for extra news in this. It looks like this game is going to be a huge game, which really makes a lot of sense given how big the game is and things like that. It gets people excited to hear that, it's going to be a massive game and a huge undertaking.
Well, one would expect that it was a huge undertaking if they're charging 70 whole bucks for it. But this does make me wonder if this massive game is massive in a meaningful way, or if it's going to be padded to all hell with meaningless side content and banal collectibles. But I digress. We'll have to wait and see when it comes out in a few years, assuming no delays happen.
Miles Morales, I think, was a fantastic game. I think it took me over 10 hours to beat it.
Your standards must be incredibly low if you think a AAA price game with like, what, 6 hours of meaningful content? Padded to all hell with pace-breaking walking section, flow-interrupting puzzles, and constant plot sidelining by mandatory side quests is a fantastic game. Also, I totally buy that it took him 10 hours to beat it considering how bad he is at gaming in general.
But I also think that it's one of those things where some people probably would have liked it to be a little bit of a longer game.
People expected more from a 6-hour game they paid AAA price for. Who would have thought?
But at the same time, you know, I think it was perfect for me.
Because your taste in gaming is absolutely horrendous. Also, it shouldn't be acceptable for a dev to be charging upwards of $50 only to give you a few hours of content. When it comes to AAA games, it should at the very least keep you occupied for a month considering the price that you're paying. Say what you will about Bethesda games, but I was able to casually drop 50 hours on Skyrim over the course of the past month, and I haven't even touched any of the optional guild quest lines yet.
Meanwhile, you know, it's one of those things where, you know, some people really want the longer, like 20-hour game.
The 20-hour game? What? You got cut off there for a second. Also, buddy, if you can make cuts in your audio like that, you can afford to cut your stuttering and stammering. But that will make your video shorter and take away from that 10-minute mark, wouldn't it? Lazy sack of shit.
So if you guys didn't know, the voice actor for Venom in Spider-Man 2 is Tony Todd, who played the original Candyman, and I think is a really good person to actually do that. It's really cool. The actor behind the voice of Venom in Insomniac Games' newly announced Spider-Man 2 says the game is massive. Replying to a fan on Twitter, Todd reaffirmed that he would be voicing the character of Venom in the PlayStation exclusive sequel. Before commenting on the size of the game and its future release date, somebody asked him, is it true? How long have you known about it? And he says 2 months or so. Game is massive. That's why it won't come out till 2023. Insomniac Games revealed the first look at Spider-Man 2 at this month's PlayStation Showcase. While the announcement managed to add further hype around a busy period for everyone's favorite web slinger, perhaps the only disappointing part of the game's reveal trailer is the wait for the game's 2023 release window. That being said, if Todd's comments are true about the sheer size of the upcoming title, then maybe its lengthy wait time will be justified. So again, if you're a person that really liked the first Spider-Man and liked that size of a Spider-Man game, you'll probably be really happy with really the announcement of this. So yeah, I think that's really cool.
Again, it fucking better be if Sony expects us to pay $70 for it. Also, how incredibly vague was that statement? The game is incredibly massive. Okay, how is it massive? Is it going to be massive but with large swaths of the map inaccessible like Final Fantasy 15? Is it going to be massive but filled with repetitive grindy content like most Ubisoft games? Or is it going to be massive but empty like Metal Gear Solid 5? Who knows? We won't know until we get our hands on the game itself. Crapgamer hyping up this nothing burger statement through the moon is just further proof that he's just about as pathetic as fanboys come these days.
And not only is that really cool, but then you also have a situation with, you know, the fact that we're still going to have Wolverine after that as well.
Oh sweet, a CGI trailer which tells us absolutely nothing about the game. Totally worth getting hyped over, right? Also, didn't Crap and a lot of Sony ponies give Microsoft a lot of flack for showing CGI trailers on Gamescom? Why is it that Crap can never
keep that same energy? You know, and that's already been confirmed to be a full-size game. Not that there's anything wrong with the smaller games.
Actually, there is something wrong with smaller, shorter games when you're charging AAA price for it.
You know, like Ike Island and of course Miles Morales. I actually like Miles Morales better than the Spider-Man game from 2018. It just seemed to flow better for me. I don't know, I was able to kind of do my thing, and it really flowed extremely well, and you know, I just enjoyed it quite a bit, and so I have extremely fond memories of that. Plus, it was one of the first games I beat on my PlayStation 5, so obviously that's going to be something that I kind of cherish and look at and say, hey, you know what, that's really cool. I really enjoyed that. So, you know, for you guys, I think I'm going to link this so you can check it out. PlayStation has been dropping some really cool news. This is really fantastic. Let me know what you guys think. Like I said, if you enjoy the content, a simple like is all I ask for. Maybe take a second to do that. If you want to subscribe, hey, go ahead. If not, hey, that's fine too. Whatever. Maybe share it out, tell a friend.
Trust me, I will be sharing your videos. They're good laughing material, an excellent warning of what not to become. Anyways, we're done with this clown for the time being. But don't worry, the saga will continue. You can count on that. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share if you feel like it. This is Teams of Regret, wishing good luck and Godspeed to all of you. Signing out.